Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. This is from Top Class Actions, California Child Sexual Abuse Lawsuit Investigation. Top Class Actions dated July 1st, 2024, filing a lawsuit over child sexual abuse in California. If anyone knows Miriam Francis, maybe they could reach out to her. I wonder if this applies to her. I don't know. Where you or a loved one sexually abused or assaulted as a minor, you may be able to seek justice and financial compensation. In 2019, the state of California extended the statute of limitations on child sexual abuse lawsuits. By doing this, the state is giving a second chance at justice to countless individuals who were assaulted. If you or a child or your child experienced sexual abuse or assault, you may be eligible to file a claim. Do you qualify? If you or your child experienced sexual abuse as a minor in the state of California, we invite you to fill out the confidential form on this page. You may be able to take legal action and seek financial restitution. Statute of limitations on child molestation and abuse. When it comes to seeking justice or compensation, some people may be hesitant because the abuse happened years or even decades ago. The state of California recently changed the laws surrounding the statute of limitations on child molestation, giving people more time to file a claim or pursue criminal charges. In 2019, California passed laws that extended the statute of limitations for civil child molestation claims. This legislation states that individuals who were assaulted have until their 40th birthday to file a civil lawsuit. There is an exception in this law. If the individual is diagnosed with psychological injury after their 40th birthday. I'm a little confused by that one, but is that 2019 if you turn 40? From the day they are diagnosed, they have 5 years to file, no matter how old they are. That's very important right there. I wonder if any of the children in Scientology might be able to utilize this that were abused. Sexual abuse in the church. Most people see religious organizations as an opportunity to share their faith and commune with like-minded congregants. Churchgoers often develop a strong sense of community with other church members. However, several religious organizations have faced accusations involving sexual abuse in children, including Southern Baptist Convention, Catholic Church, United Methodist Church, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormon Church, Jehovah's Witnesses, Church of Scientology, Presbyterian Church. The Truth Project is a large part of the independent inquiry that examined child sexual abuse. In 2019, they published a report titled Child Sexual Abuse in the Context of Religious Institutions. This report included first-hand accounts of nearly 1,700 abused children. Of these, 183 said that the abuse was perpetrated by someone associated with the religious organization they attended. Other church members and church staff were some examples of the perpetrators. It often happens in families. A lot. While every story is different, there are some commonalities according to the Truth Project. Many of these children did not report the abuse at the time. This was due to shame or embarrassment. Another similarity was that many of these individuals knew of other children who were facing the same abuse. In addition to accusing the individual perpetrators, many are now alleging that religious organizations are cultivating a culture that covers up instances of abuse instead of holding the abuser accountable. Yeah, that's nothing new. That's nothing new. Many of the larger organizations may use a complex structure to conceal allegations and protect individuals, protect pedophiles. Let's clear that up. Who have been accused. For example, reports indicate that the Mormon Church's abuse hotline has been used to silence the abused rather than expose the abuser. That's very common. A lot of those hotlines, if the child calls the hotline, they just come back and round up the children for the traffickers. It's a fact. You can go check out Dylan Groves. That's not for the faint of heart. Or I think her channel is Kathy Groves. She identifies as Dylan. It's not for the faint of heart. Boy Scout sexual abuse. In addition to ongoing allegations against the church, the Boy Scouts of America are also facing legal action. Okay, because this is inaccurate, you guys. I'm going to go to something different. Hold on. This is from Google. This is about the Boy Scouts. The organization ultimately reached a settlement approved in court. It was the whole settlement sucked. In 2022, that would pay abuse victims amounts ranging from $3,500 to $2.7 million. The settlement involves more than 82,000 men. 82,000. You think people didn't know? Who have said they were abused as children by troop leaders while in the Boy Scouts. So I think this information is old. With cases in almost every state, this is a widespread issue that involves dozens of perpetrators. I'd say there's more than a dozen. When you got 82,000 children abused, yeah, there's more than a dozen. Time magazine estimates that more than 12,000 kids, this is old, so we're going to pass that. Signs of sexual abuse in children. Scientology parents, listen up. And if in fact you discern that your child is being abused, please leave Scientology, bring your children. There are people out here that can help you. There are lawyers. There are people like myself. We can help you get a social security card, driver's license, immigration papers straightened out, jobs, business if needed. You know, you can't allow your child to be abused like that. Signs of sexual abuse in children. Whether you are an adult with children, work with kids, or simply have children in your life, it is important to remain vigilant and look for the signs of sexual abuse in children. These signs are not necessarily easy to detect, but looking for them is crucial. One of the biggest physical signs of sexual abuse in children is physical trauma. I'm going to pass this because it's a little harsh. It's bleeding or bruising in the blank area. Or they may test positive for ST, you know what. You know, I can't talk about that, but we can definitely have 4-year-olds twerking on YouTube. So, you know. Beyond the physical, a child's behavior could also reveal that they have been sexually abused. For example, an abused child may be unwilling to undress for a bath or to change their clothing. If your child or a child you know does not want to be alone with a certain individual, especially if this comes as a sudden change to their normal disposition, it can be a strong indicator of child sexual abuse or assault. That reminds me, when I was younger, a lot of my female relatives, you know, the older ones, they wouldn't let us out of their sight. They never allowed us to go with anyone, like my mother didn't. If a child has knowledge of sexual topics or shows overt sexual behavior at an inappropriate age, it can signal sexual abuse. Also, I want to add in there, you guys, I am extremely opposed to seeing these young girls with makeup. Like, I forget that guy's name, who's one of the Scientologists, but he's kind of got his own cult. And he has his daughter out there talking about how she had 4 different previous lives or something like that. And she's got full face makeup. She's like 7 years old. Anyways, that's a little off topic, but that's not okay. They may also exhibit specific emotional signs. Some of these include, but are not limited to, excessive fearfulness, decreased confidence, excessive worry, changes in eating habits, nightmares, changes in mood, self-harm. Fill out the form on this page to see if you qualify for a free case evaluation. Also, I want to add in there from my experience and knowledge and research. And I do not have children, but I've researched a lot, and I've got a lot of nieces and nephews, grandnieces, grandnephews. What I would tell any parent is make sure that your child and your children know that they can tell you anything. That there's never, 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 never any secrets, and that they should never, ever be afraid to tell you anything. Because that's how the perpetrators terrify the child and keeps them, and it allows them to keep abusing them. So if your child or your children know that they can come to you anytime and tell you anything, that will help your child. And of course, teach them what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. I'm not going to give you parenting. But I mean, that the way these perpetrators are allowed to continue is all this secrecy bullshit. You start taking all this secrecy out of it, they can't. It's that old saying, the hidden in plain sight. They can't do it if everything's out, So I hope this can help some people. I do wonder if this applies to some of the former Scientologists that were children in Scientology, like Miriam Francis, perhaps Serge Delmar. I'm not sure if it would apply. So anyways, you guys, I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Have a good day or a good night wherever you are. Peace.